Hi everyone, I'm David from the Road to Lisbon. That marathon challenge that we undertook last month, yes, it was just last month. It feels like only yesterday, since we're all sitting in that restaurant in Glasgow on May the 10th, about to undertake the journey of a lifetime. But yeah, 4 weeks after arriving home, 4 weeks and a bit after crossing the finish line in Lisbon, we've just raised £65,000. Um, Past another huge barrier, another massive landmark. So this is just a video, a personal video, a personal message of thank you to everyone involved to achieve that figure, because £65,000 is a huge amount in anyone's book. For the three charities, Children in Crossfire, Solving Kids Cancer, and the Celtic Charity Fund. I don't think anyone had any sort of figure in mind. It was one of those events where you paid your own money, and whatever were raised, and it was going to be great. Whatever we got, if we got £100 each or we got £1,000 each, it was going to be the journey of a lifetime. And for us as a team to come up with £65,000 is just absolutely incredible. When we started this, I was involved at the start with Paul in choosing at least one of the charities, and after spending 5 years in Derry in my 20s, I'm not that far past my 20s, I should add, but it wasn't that long ago either. I was living in Derry, and there was a personal reason why I chose Children in Crossfire. I'm sure you knew Noel, who joined me for some of the way. The last part, his brother was wounded by one of the soldiers in Derry in 1972, and the legacy from that was to found a charity which benefited children who were caught up in crossfire, not just in Northern Ireland but all over the world in warfare. Obviously, some of that rages on all over the world now. So, personally speaking, that was I think it was a justified decision to do that, and they are so grateful for what we've done for them. To give them the money that we've raised, a third of what we're going to raise, is going to make an absolutely huge difference to that. And from the other two charities, I'm sure they'll agree, 20 plus £1,000 at this minute in time they're going to get is just an incredible sum for any charity. You know, to say that it's going to make a difference from what we've done is just absolutely amazing. So thank you for that. Basically, Paul's asked us to add a little bit more about the actual journey that we made, the reasons why I'd done it. Personally, he asked us, I said yes. Didn't really think of the sums, didn't know the sums back then anyway, but the idea of doing it was just the most romantic idea I could ever have thought of. I had a bit of background in charity things, charity events, not as big as this. I knew it was going to be big, but I think when you get an idea in your head and you think it's going to work, and I think you should just do it. You should just do it. If there's no reason why not, just do it. And there was no reason why not. Where this was concerned, I always wanted to do something for the 50th anniversary of the Lisbon Lions anyway, that involved a physical challenge, and cycling from Glasgow to Lisbon was probably the most achievable, if you like. I did toy the idea of cycling around all the grounds Celtic did play along the way to Lisbon, which would involve Serbia and Switzerland and France, and it just wouldn't have worked. Paul's idea was brilliant, and what we went with and what we came out with was just perfect in the end. It was just absolutely incredible the way 30 strangers turned up in Glasgow on May the 10th, and then 2 weeks later we were like brothers. We were like brothers in arms. It was, the team was absolutely superb. To experience what we experienced in Lisbon when we lifted the trophy, and everything that came with it, was just one of the most special moments of my life, and it was worth everything. The training, the money, everything that went into it was just so special. And from whatever I do for the rest of my life now, career wise, wherever I end up living, I can honestly say that if I said to someone that I was part of the Road to Lisbon and I was part of a team that raised over £65,000, hopefully, it'll be a worthwhile sort of thing to say. It'll be one of the most the best achievement in my life, because that probably is physically the best achievement I've done. And to be part of that team that done that, it's going to be really hard to beat. Everyone I've spoken to who's asked us, have you done Lisbon yet? Did that happen? And I've said, yeah, I've done it. And they've said, how do you feel? And it's like an empty feeling, because you know that that's gonna take some beating, whatever we do, whatever I do for the rest of my life, physically, and emotionally. It took a lot out of her, and it's I suppose we're all part of the phase of rebuilding that and trying to find something that's going to fill the void, because it's not going to be easy. Um, Basically, all that's left to be said is £65,000. Can we make it 67? I know we've said before £65,000 is a hell of a lot of money, but to get there is absolutely incredible. Can we do another £2,000 to get to 67? I think everyone's looking towards reaching that magic figure, which will be a fitting end, if you like, to a journey that's just started so long ago. And it's going to have to end soon, with the formal handovers and things like that. And I think it'll just be incredible to get to £67,000 and finally close the book on one of the best chapters of my life, and I'm sure everyone else's. So yeah, just lastly of all, most importantly, thank you, and try and get over the line, please. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.